as son, you are coming to us now, but we want to ask you a question. Those who had spitted on your face, those have nailed you, tortured you. At last, this question was asked from Jesus inside the telepathy with that all supreme God sitting in the God home. Do you want Jesus? Should we punish them in the same way as they are punishing you? That time, at the last, with the full of tortured blood coming, Jesus said, forgive them. My Father, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing.
Today's question has been asked by Michelle from US. She has asked on sayings of Jesus, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I repeat the question. The question is on sayings of Jesus, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Yes. What Jesus is saying, when he used these words, forgive them, they do not know what they are doing. Why Jesus said these words and where he said these words? He said at last when he was going for crucifixion. As we all know, Jesus was crucified, nailed. If somebody put a little pin on your body, you see how much torture you have. And the Jesus was crucified. It was not only the nail, but a very sharp, those biggest nails were put in his hands, on the feet, and that torture by just thinking how one can torture the one who was messenger for the God, to whom today more than 125 crore people in the world are worshipping. Means 1/8 of the population of this world is worshipping the one, the Jesus, who was crucified to be tortured till death. What was the punishment? To be tortured till death. Killing a man with the bullet will take hardly 2-3 minutes. Torture of 2-3 minutes. And putting nail on one hand and then on other hand, then on feet, then on other feet. You can imagine that how much torture was giving to the one to whom the world is worshipping today. More than 125 crore people. Jesus at the age of only 33 years. 33 years. Very young man was killed with full of tortures, which torture even not given to the hardcore criminal today in the world. Just imagine in your mind if this type of torture given to you, how the life in you will shake. Just think in your mind if it happened with you, what will be the state? How you will feel? Have ever you heard anyone given this type of punishment in last 2000 years? There are the examples, those who were killed in this way, all were related to the godly community only. You must have heard the name of Mansoor, Socrates. Mansoor was cut into pieces. Into pieces. Socrates was poisoned, tortured death. See, we have to understand the meaning of life in you. Life in you is just to go to its origin. Like the sun rays comes at sunset, goes back to the sun. You want to save your body at any cost. But these people were not bothered about the body. They were bothered about the masses which they experienced after getting connected with the main source, the creator, the God. Like the ray get the message that in the daytime I have to roam around this earth and in the evening I have to go back to my home. This is what the message these all godly personalities got and tried to give this message to the world. Jesus also committed this crime. This was crime declared at that time by that all sitting over there, that Jesus, you are a criminal. You are misleading the people. And the judgment was given to be tortured till the death, so that in the future no one should come forward to talk about going back to home, to God home. At that time, people supported Jesus, but very few people were there, and majority was at the other side. And that's why Jesus was crucified. If there was a big mob in favor of Jesus, then no authority would have got that power to crucify the God messenger. and see what is the difference between the Jesus and a common man. The main difference is the one who is been given the punishment for crucifixion and to be brought to the point of crucifixion through the streets, showing all those people that one who had declared that I am the son of the God. I am the son of the God means he used to say, he is my father. God is my father. And when people asked him, who is God? How is his face? How he talks about? Can you please tell? Then he says, what is my face is the face of the God. My father is same as I am. But I speak, my father only speaking like this. So this was not tolerable by the so-called highest dignity people sitting at that place. And they warned Jesus not to talk like this. Don't say like this, because saying of this will be like you are disobeying our gods. But Jesus said, what is truth? I am saying the same. I am not. He is speaking through me. When I am not, my face is his face only. This face does not belong to me. But these all sayings were not admired but criticized. And at last, when Jesus said that I will tell the truth, you don't threaten me that you will get me killed. I am not to whom you will kill. Already to whom you say that is dead. So can you kill the dead body? I will say the truth. I want to open the eyes of my all brothers and sisters in the world. And at last, the order came, judgment passed, to be brought from the streets, and all have to see the Son of the God, how he's been dragged and will be crucified. If he is the Son of the God, so let God come and protect him. And many people over there, those who are listening Jesus sayings, at last they were thinking that definitely today there is going to be something special, surprise from the God, and God will come to save the Son. So when he was dragged with the cross on his back to the crucifixion point, there were people, those saw he like a normal man saying from his mouth, ah, and not able to walk. God's Son is not having power to put the cross on his back and run. Many people touched, shaken, and they started spitting on Jesus' mouth. Spitted. That you are telling lie. You are the Son of the God. You don't have power to move. And where is your God? God is a supreme power. You are like us only. So at that time, the trust of many people shaken because that trust was not strong. But out of them, many were there. Those who were loving Jesus by heart, but they could not come forward as there was a big crowd of not trusty people. They were spitting on Jesus' face. Jesus' body was full of spit. At last, what happened? Jesus was taken to the point. At last, also few were waiting that now something will happen. But at last, he was crucified, nailed till death. At that time, there was a sound coming from the sky inside Jesus, asking Jesus, as son, you are coming to us now, but we want to ask you a question. Those who had spitted on your face, those have nailed you, tortured you. At last, this question was asked from Jesus inside the telepathy with that all supreme God sitting in the God home. Do you want Jesus? Should we punish them in the same way as they are punishing you? That time, at the last, with the full of tortured blood coming, Jesus said, forgive them. My Father, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing. They will come to know tomorrow. If they are not understanding today, please forgive them. As an infant of 6 months or 1 year does anything wrong, what we say to the infant? Do we forgive or we punish the infant? So he said, Father, they are like infants. They do not know anything about this. They do not know who am I. They could not recognize me, that in me you are there. I am weeping because they do not know you. They do not know that they are crucifying you, and can you be crucified? They are torturing you, can you be tortured? That's why I am thinking when their eyes will be open, that at last they will come to know one day that they were torturing like their hands only. They were torturing their feet only, because their hands are not different from my hands. Their feet are not different from my feet. They are not different from me, and I am not different from you. So we all are one. So forgive them. One day they will come to know what mistake they had committed. So that point of crucifixion in the torture body, Jesus was saying these words, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing. They are my children. Very innocent. Ignorance of not knowing about. As an infant does not know anything when commits some mistake, but parents forgives. So they are not 50 years, 70 years, 30 years old. For me, they are just a newborn baby. So please forgive them. They will understand one day what mistake they had committed. And that day, they will return to their home, your home, my home. So that is what the message given by Jesus at the time of crucifixion for those who had spitted, who crucified, who made the judgment. And this is what the great message given by Jesus, making him the messenger of the God, because a messenger of the God can only have that much patience and love for the children, even those who are punishing, those who are torturing. So I hope what mistake you have done 2000 years back, you will realize, because somebody does anything to you, even abuses you, or does anything small, you are never forgiving anyone. You keep in mind, and you always have hated brain for the one. So Jesus' message gives you the message today. Love all, don't hate anyone. Because if someone is still not aware of that what we are, we all are one. So you have to get the message that not to hate anyone, love all. Loving your will make someone to come to that state one day that they have committed the mistake by insulting you, by abusing you, by disrespecting you. If you are still in the hate mode for anyone, you are not belonging to the Jesus. Jesus' son is one. Jesus' relative is one. Jesus Christian is one who only loves, not having hate for anyone. Remember it. Jesus' sayings make someone Christian, not by birth someone is Christian. If you follow the sayings of Jesus, either you are in Hindu, Sikhism, Muslim, or any community, anywhere born, you belong to the Jesus. So this is what you have to understand. All these messengers of the God, whatever name you give, you say him the Buddha, you say him the Mahavira, you say him the Guru Nanak Dev, you say him the Ram Paramahansa, Sai Baba, Mirabai, Sahajobai, Lallabai, Lao Tzu, Socrates, Krishna of previous era, Rama, whatever name you give, not the matter. Your God or your messenger remains the same. But if the sayings of those are not transforming your life in the same way, then not of use. So today, the great day of Jesus, you should inside confirm, determine, pledge to yourself, I will not have any hate for anyone. And if someone had done something wrong in your life, you have to forgive. Not only once, 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, lakh times. Because this was asked from the Jesus during his lifetime, that how many times we should forgive the one. One time, 5 times. Jesus said 50 times, 50, 500 times, 500, 5,000 times. Then the disciple kept mouth closed. They understood. Forgiving is only the way to the God. As God forgives you for your all mistakes, so you have to forgive all those who ever commit any mistake and go forward. Love, love, love. And love is the word which relates to the God, as Jesus said, love is God. So I hope this message of Jesus at last you will also apply in your life. Then is very good if you celebrate my Jesus happy and Merry Christmas.